Here you go. I have an extension cord, so you can go up to that if you need.
Thank you.
Just checking out the results for this drug test on the contents of the roll bill that you had in your possession, Drainer. I'm just gonna see what it comes back to. All right.
What?
Drainer, you okay? Do you need food or anything?
What would what come back to?
The contents of the roll bill that you had in your possession.
I don't know. It's a fucking rolled bill. You're a cop. Do your job.
Yeah, that's why I'm waiting for the results.
I don't know what the results are.
Okay.
Is there anything in it?
Yes, there is.
What's in it?
Well, I'm checking the drug test kit right now to see.
Well, what's the drug test? What's it say?
Gee, I'm just looking right now to see what it would.
I don't know. What's it come back to? You've got the roll bills. I don't have them. I don't have the fucking kit.
I know. Yeah, that's. Okay.
What's happening right now? Are we still
I don't
waiting
know.
on
He's got a
determining
goddamn
charges,
paper, and he walked
evidence?
over to
What's
me.
happening?
No, Your
He's
Honor,
like trying
I'm doing a drug test kit for the contents of his possessions. I'm just checking it right now to see the results.
Wait. I was just told that the evidence was finalized and being passed over
In
to
that
Drainer.
other, in the main report, yes, this is for the contempt of court charge, Your Honor. He has more possessions that were in his possession. I'm just testing the contents of the roll bill to see what it is, and I'm just waiting to find out the results.
Well, have you tried taking it to a fucking lab to find out what's in it?
That's why I have a drug test kit right here. I'm just looking at the
What's
results.
the drug test kit say? What's it say? And why do you keep saying that?
I'm waiting for it to see what it says.
I don't know. What is it?
Okay.
Hey, I have a question for you privately, if you don't mind. So, because of the storm and everything wiped away, if we had have got you at that time, would you have been positive for GSR? Okay. Yeah. Okay, just let me know. Because, storms, so can't do anything. If you're a lot comfortable with us not doing that, that's cool. I'll drop. No, you're good. Then we'll leave it.
Wait. Jenny, can you come back here?
All right, Drainer.
Actually, hold on one sec. I need to talk to. First and foremost, what I did was inexcusable, and I know you don't need to accept my apology, Your Honorable Gatsby, but a piece of my heart did break after I walked through those doors right there, and I am very apologetic. And again, I don't expect your forgiveness, but just know that I know it was fucked up.
Just tell me why you betrayed my trust, Drainer.
Because I'm being set up to make it look like. Wait.
No, I'm going back to HOA court. Yes, I've seen the fugitive. All right, so you betrayed my trust because you're scared. Got it. You can remove the contempt, however, if you once again double it.
Okay, we can remove.
Good luck.
Jenny, can you come back here?
Well, the thing is that it doesn't matter, actually. We'll just leave it because you were negative because of the fact that it had been storm. But we couldn't tell even if you were or not, if that makes sense. You would have been able to tell. So we'll leave it. Don't worry. I'm just going to.
Don't worry, Trainer. The car's waiting outside.
Oh, Tandy, so good to see you.
Tandy, I heard that, and I swear if you get involved, you'll be in trouble.
Get in here, shit.
You see, you got
Tandy!
my
I
email.
did.
You got my
Miller,
email,
listen to me,
Tandy?
listen to me. If you're not scared of Jenny, be scared of me because I'll take your fucking
No,
arms
he's
again.
scared of me because I'm going to
Nuh-uh.
say this. You do that, and I stop your expungement.
I don't care anymore. They said I can't be a doctor.
I don't care. You lose your expungement,
My
and then you
life
let
is
me down.
already ruined.
Well, then you let me down, Tandy. So live with that.
Yeah, no, society let me down.
You let down society, Miller.
No, I didn't. I'm a good boy.
He's a good boy.
Yeah. Now
You
get
will
rid of
be.
my terrorism or I'm saving Drainer.
That's
I'm
a
not
threat.
going
That's a threat.
I'm gonna
You
terrorize
actively
the
trying to
city.
pervert the course of justice.
Tandy, back off. You know, this is. I'm giving you the warning. You just give up now. Just don't go any further.
Don't tell me how to live my life anymore. You don't control me.
I'm not controlling you. I'm giving you the best advice that you will have today.
Oh, okay. Don't worry, Trainer. The car's outside.
Let me give you the worst advice you'll get today, Tandy. Try me, bitch.
Okay. There's like a bunch of cars outside, actually, Trainer.
Thanks, Tandy. You're
Take a
the.
bunch of them.
Thank you.
Because I walked here.
And it's what I figured. You're just saying there's a bunch of cars outside, Tandy.
There are a lot of cars outside. Mostly cop cars. But we could try.
Okay, what are we waiting for? We good?
No, I think it's like $1 million
Are we
fine
good?
if I run.
How
Yeah,
are
we're
we?
good.
I'm gonna fuck myself then.
He has the report.
Okay. Have a good day, Tandy.
Mhm.
I
Right
miss
now,
you,
you got the
Tandy.
report, you got the evidence. Are you good with everything?
Let me check, Your Honor. Let me just get up and use this computer here.
I don't know. We'll have to ask him. Trainer, are you contesting the new charges you have for fleeing?
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to. I don't know how.
Okay, Your Honor, we need a second to export this report now.
We have some issues with the secondary secondary reports. We're all kind of conflicted because we're all witnesses to him doing it,
Okay, cool. You can't contest it.
unless they get a different judge who wasn't witness to
I
the
need to
events.
ring the alarm bell.
Now we're willing to proceed with the initial warrant, but the secondary one is a problem for us. So, Mr. Drainer, what do you want to do? We can proceed with the initial.
Yeah, we could do that. I mean, I'm not like whatever. Whatever you rule, you rule. I mean, I think it'll determine the outcome of the second. Well, yeah, fuck it. Whatever, Your Honor.
Okay.
I'm easy.
I mean, as long as you're pleading not guilty, you can contest that at any point, right? You've got 30 days.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so you've got the evidence for the first warrant, the first report. The state's ready to go.
Yeah.
Okay, you ready, Drainer?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. It is the 22nd of November, 2023. I'm calling court in session for the people versus Trevor Drainer. Mr. Drainer, if you want to stand, I'm going to read your charges to you and tell
Yes,
me if
Your
you're
Honor.
pleading guilty or not guilty to each of them in turn. Okay, first charge, 2 times attempted murder of a government employee. How do you plead?
Not guilty.
Second charge, disobeying a peace officer. How do you plead?
Not guilty.
Resisting arrest.
Not guilty.
And criminal possession of a firearm class 1.
Not guilty.
Okay, not guilty across the board to all charges being faced. We are going to swear everybody in quickly together. Anybody who's going to give testimony here today, raise your left hand. Mr. Drain, although you've got your Fifth Amendment rights not to incriminate yourself, if you wish to swear in, I'd swear you in anyway. Okay, great. You swear and affirm that testimony you're about to give this cause the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, and the pains and penalties of perjury. So help you, Matt, period.
Yes.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, everyone's been sworn in. We are going to proceed. Prosecution, first witness.
Hello. I'm Trooper Sergeant Jenny Hall of the San Andreas State Police, and I'll be the first one coming forward to speak. I am going to preface this happened 10 minutes before storm and continued afterwards. So unfortunately, there is going to be bits and pieces that are going to be complicated due to this. I will highlight them as we go along. But that is kind of the first issue that we've had with the situation. Today, there's been a lot of situations. There's been a situation including Mr. Drainer over here. I won't go into it because that's also going to go into court as well. However, that led to a command meeting with Sheriff Owen Svensson, in which people who were part of the previous situation met together to basically decide what would happen to Gunner as a result of this incident. Again, sorry? To Drainer. I'm so sorry. There is a lot going on in my head right now. To Drainer. I'm sorry. If I call him Gunner, it's a long thing. It's a long, complicated conversation. To Drainer. Svensson came into the conversation midway through, and he decided that he was going to take over it and make a ruling based on the facts presented to him. And he decided that he was going to let Trevor Drainer go. He was going to be released from his duties at the SDSO. Myself and Neil were there with him to accompany him, and he asked Neil and myself, I came with, to accompany Drainer downstairs to clear out his locker. We went down there. They were conversing back and forth about Drainer losing his job. While Drainer we said that we would pat him down once he was leaving so he couldn't take any PD equipment. And I received a phone call. I had to step out of the building to take this phone call. As I was taking this phone call, I was about 4 or 5 steps from the front doors of the SDSO. I heard gunshots from within the building. I came over to the front door, in which Drainer ran out saying they're shooting. I screamed at Drainer, "What did you do?" However, he ran away from the building. I ran inside. I went back into the changing room. Neil was on the ground in a pool of blood. However, Spencer was not. It was just Neil, and he was bleeding, and he had a gunshot wound. I applied pressure. I then moved over to the bathroom where I found Owen Svensson. He was also down on the ground with a gunshot wound. I pulled them both out and started to give them medical. Their panic alarms went off, and on the radio, they obviously asked me what was happening, and I asked for immediate help at SDSO. Drainer was still on duty and still on the radio, came on the radio and told them to ignore that request. I told them they were not to ignore the request and that Drainer needed to be apprehended. Units came. They began to look for him, and basically a mini manhunt started. Nikki Drool got a phone call from Drainer claiming that he had taken a PD charge and was in Paleto. However, Air 1 spotted a gentleman in a bush that was hiding. But however, before we could apprehend them, unfortunately, the storm blew in. When I woke back up from the storm, Svensson was still getting medical treatment. Both himself and Neil have gunshot wounds, and they were treated at SMH, and they're now in ICU. Before the storm, I was able to go back to the scene. I was haphazardly able to collect evidence. I found projectiles and casings for a Colt Python, Neil's PD gun, as well as Svensson's and Neil's DNA on the ground. In the bathroom, there was only projectiles where I found Svensson. There was no casings. However, in the main room, there was both casings and projectiles of both guns. Unfortunately, the pictures don't. I wasn't able. The pictures are secondary. I'd already picked up the evidence due to it literally being 1 minute before the storm. So the pictures don't do it justice. But you can see in one of them there is projectiles in the wall. Projectiles come back to both guns. The projectile on the wall was the rough estimation of where Neil was stood. I can't go any further than that. After that, so, it is my colleague over Suarez that's going to take over because I stepped back for the manhunt that happened after storm.
These are the projectiles here, Jenny.
Yes, as you can see, so Neil was moved by EMS, but Neil was actually in between. I moved Svensson in, and Neil was in between Svensson's kind of legs. And if he'd been stood up, you can see the projectiles behind him in the chair in the wall.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
Is that all?
That is all I can give on my side. Oh, no, disregard. I have more. After storm, I received a call from Drainer. I told him to turn himself in. He said he wouldn't. He said that nobody had his back in the PD. The only person who understood him was Toretti. I disagreed and said I understood him, and he replied, that's why he didn't shoot me. That's why I didn't get shot. Sorry, misquote. That's why I didn't get shot. And when I asked, when I told him that Svensson had his back and that had defended him earlier, he replied, yes, but he still fired me. That's all I can know at this time, Your Honor. Oh, no,
Okay.
a bit more, slightly more.
Oh, okay,
sorry.
okay.
Oh my God. Sorry. There's so much. Later on during the manhunt, Drainer did call me. And I did call on the radio that I was receiving a call and to stand by. We had a small back and forth, just basically, you don't have to be like this, turn yourself in, I'm not going to, etc. That will become relevant with Suarez's statement and when it comes to Air One. I will also say that we have two witness statements in there, Air One and Jackson Bones, and they are both very important to the ruling. However, obviously, because we had a 2-person limit, I just want to highlight that those two are important in the report as well.
Those will be noted and read thoroughly.
Thank you very much.
Do you have any questions directly for the Jenny before I allow cross-examination?
Nope.
Okay, then we're going to move directly over to cross-examination. Drainer, question your witness.
Who's William Gunner?
You know who William Gunner was. He was a friend of mine who got himself killed. We've spoken extensively about Gunner.
Is there a reason you always refer to me as William Gunner?
Objection,
yes.
Your Honor, relevance. I mean,
Well, the
really
relevance would
right at the charges currently with Gunner, and I don't know.
I believe the relevance. Well, how do I explain this?
I've got you, Mr. Drainer. The relevance is the Jenny referenced to Mr. Gunner during her testimony several times, and thus I'm going to allow this question.
Because in phone calls in which we have had, you've alluded to sometimes knowing William Gunner's past and also knowing who William Gunner is.
Can you give me examples?
Yeah, the time I said, I think you're Gunner, and you said I might be.
Okay. Your Honor, may I approach the bench?
You will stay where you're cuffed.
Okay. Yes, sir. I think this officer is delusional. I don't know a William Gunner. I've never met a William Gunner. For some reason, this always happens to Jenny, and she thinks that I'm similar to this man, and I would like her testimony stricken from the record because she can't tell the difference between me and one of her fallen colleagues.
Your Honor, if I can rebut.
Absolutely.
I'm not the only person that these comments have been made to. I also have Ooga Booga and several other people who are willing to testify. The comments like this have been made by the defendant.
Well, Your Honor, they're not here to testify, so that would be hearsay. If you want me to rebut.
Jenny, you seem very coherent. You don't seem out of it to me. Your testimony flowed, the narrative showed that you recalled information, were able to engage critically with it and provide evidence. if I was doing capacity tests, I would state from her testimony today that the Jenny Hall is has the capacity to give testimony in court. Do you feel like your mental health has been uh infringed today? Do you feel like tell me, how are you doing, Jenny? You okay?
Yes, I'm fine.
I will take it under advisement, Mr. Drainer, but I'm going to allow her testimony to stand.
Okay. Did you have the opportunity to search Sheriff Svensson at all on scene or when he was in the hospital?
Negative, because he was bleeding. He needed to be held. He needed to have his pulse held. He was shot in the neck, and also, unfortunately, we couldn't go do that. There was only me on scene, and I told pressure to 2 officers.
Were you in the captain's office when Sheriff Svensson was talking to me?
No.
Are you aware of what Sheriff Svensson carries around with him at all times?
That box? Yeah.
Do you know what's in the box?
Yeah.
Can you tell the court?
It's his emotional gun, support gun or something. Fortunately, I can't confirm because I'm not very close to the one, but as far as I'm aware,
can you say that one more time for the court?
it's an emotional support weapon.
Okay. Did you witness anyone be shot?
No, according, as I said in my testimony, I was outside taking a phone call. I only heard the shots.
Okay. All right. How many shots did you hear?
I can't confirm that. Any estimation I would make would be wildly incorrect. As I heard shots, I did not count them.
Okay. Okay. No further questions, Your Honor.
Okay. Thank you, Trooper Sergeant.
No problem.
Jenny Hall.
Thank you.
Okay, who's next?
That'll be me.
Deep breath, Suarez. Name and rank for the record.
So, my name is Trooper Suarez at the State Police. I'll give my testimony to when I kind of came in here. Nakota and myself were respond to an emergency manhunt regarding former Deputy Drainer shooting Svensson and McReal. Sergeant Jenny Hall communicated over the radio that Drainer was currently calling her and that she was actively on the phone. Everyone was code 6ing, or I should say searching for Drainer, trying to locate him, and spotted an individual out on the beach in all black with a big beard and glasses just off the beach of Chumash Pier, who was also on the phone at the time that Jenny communicated she was calling her. Let me turn this off. Everyone communicated over the rail that the individual, later identified to be Drainer, tried to run from Air 1 to hide underneath a house on the beach near Chumash. At that point, then, Sergeant Jenny Hall communicated that Drainer hung up on her, and officers in Air 1 called out that the suspects they were looking at on the beach also hung up at the exact same time. At that point, Suarez and myself... Nakota and myself then approached the individual and attempted to ID him, to which he refused and fled on foot until he was tackled and tased and placed into cuffs. And the individual was obviously later, in fact, identified to be Trevor Drainer. Drainer also had a Colt Python in his possession, the same very Colt Python that was there was casings and projectiles collected on at the scene of the shooting of Sheriff Svensson and Sergeant McReal of the SCSO.
Trooper Suarez, I have a question from the bench before I move over, and it's fairly important. Which house on Chumash Pier did the defendant try to hide by? North or south or the beach?
It was on the northish side of the beach, Your Honor.
North of the pier?
The
side closer to the store or the side away from the store?
It would have been on the north side of the beach, John. If I recall, it was like a greenhouse on the side of the beach. He was hiding near the rocks, up against the wall, underneath the house.
Okay. You're facing the pier, right? The pier is directly north of you. Left or right of the pier?
Right.
Thank God that's not my house. Okay, we can continue. I'm not conflicted.
Yeah.
Any questions from the state for Suarez to highlight or dig into his testimony at all?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, then we'll move you over to cross-examination. Drainer, the witness is yours.
Okay. Trooper Suarez, how long before the arrest was made? How long before the arrest was made did the alleged crime take place?
Oh, say 30 minutes roughly.
30 minutes, okay. Was there any crime being committed in that area?
Nope.
Are you aware of the fruit of the poisonous tree doctrine?
Yes.
What grounds did you have for detention?
A reasonable belief that a crime had been committed, because we wanted to identify who you were. A reason to believe that you had an active warrant.
What crime had been committed in that area?
In that area, none.
Okay. And were you a part of the original call that came in?
Be more specific. What's your original call?
The shooting of Svensson and McReal?
No.
Okay. Okay. And what is a lawful detainment?
Individuals.
Objection, Your Honor. Objection.
Yeah.
Relevance.
Well, relevance would be how the defendant was detained, like on what grounds was the defendant detained and arrested?
Okay, asked and answered then.
The objection you're looking for is called for conclusion.
Oh, thank you.
And I'm going to go ahead and sustain that. We had to discover whether the detention was lawful ourselves. We don't need the officer to explain it.
Oh, okay. I apologize, Your Honor. Okay, give me a second here, Suarez. Give me 1 second. I'm just trying to collect my thoughts. How did you find the defendant?
As I stated, Air One originally located you, and then I approached you because it was called out from Air One.
Okay. And just one more time, was there any crime being committed in near Chumash at the time?
Objection, ask and answered.
I couldn't remember if that was. I apologize. Can't remember if
It was your first question. Yeah.
Okay. All right. No further questions.
Okay. Trooper Suarez, you may step down. Thank you for your testimony here today.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any, I mean, I know Jenny already highlighted some of the evidence. Is there anything else you want to highlight before we proceed to the defense? Is there anything you need before you rest? Anything you want to point out, make us aware of?
Again, just Jackson Bones statements as well as my own report. and I've highlighted pretty much all the evidence that we have, as well as Skyface's report in there as well, as she was Air One who originally found him.
Okay. You guys resting?
I think we're good on that one. Thank you, Your Honor. We rest.
Okay, we're gonna pass on over to the defense. You're aware of your Fifth Amendment rights that you don't need to testify or give any testimony that would incriminate yourself, but are you planning to waive that and give testimony, Drainer? What's happening?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. I know as a former officer, you have all the knowledge required to waive that without any further diatribe from me. So if you wish to do so, you can step forward and give testimony. Microphone in front of you should work.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of the court. My name is Trevor Drainer. And what happened today was, hmm.
Mr. Drainer, I can understand this might be emotional for you.
Yeah,
I can understand if this is hard.
Trying to collect all my thoughts here, Your Honor. I'm trying to, where to start. When it all started about 3 or 4 months ago, when I was let go from the police department for being an asshole, of all things.
And I wish I could fire people for that.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, I was fired for my tone. Exactly is what my tone on the radio, which was unsure. People were unsure if what it was. They had to call me into the office to verify. That's how I knew I perfected the art of being an asshole. And there was a vendetta built against me. And ever since I got rehired, people have been constantly trying to fire me. And just for the smallest stuff. Oh, Brandon didn't. He's on. I was rehired under like immediate one strike, and he's gone. Fucking that's it. And it's just been the smallest stuff. There's. And, oh, he forgot to repair the car. He was shot. He was shot down and blown up after being the only person on scene during a meth run. Fired. He accidentally put a picture of a dog with a crosshair on its face. Fired. Well, I put that on the projector, which then leads me to today, which there was an altercation, and
Objection, misstatement. He was actually suspended for that picture, not fired.
yes, thank you. I was well, they wanted to fire me for it.
The statement shall be amended to suspended.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I was given strike points and then suspended 2 days later, and then received additional strike points for it. But who really cares? It's a whole different thing. There I was up in Sandy Shores and just trying to be as cool and as calm and collected as possible. I knew what I did was wrong, and I was probably going to get fired. And that's when Svensson started talking to me. And he started saying things about Silas and Toretti. And while they're near and dear, I would do nothing to hurt Sheriff Svensson. It's like a father to me. He talked about his emotional support gun. And Oh God, he said, I believe his exact words were actually, I don't want to say his exact words, but he said something along the lines of, I made Toretti leave the city. And while it did hurt because Toretti and Svensson were both like fathers that just held each other in the middle of the night and kissed and massaged each other naked with oil.
2 PD daddies.
It did. I didn't say anything, and I was cleaning out my locker, and at that time, I had nothing on me. I was detained. All my possessions removed. Jenny walked out. Was on the phone. That's when Toretti walked in and said, "You can't make me leave that easily, you son of a bitch." I radioed in, "Oh my God, Jenny, help, they're shooting." Toretti said, "Shut the fuck up. Take this gun." I picked it up. I didn't know what to do. I ran, scared for my life. I knew exactly what was going to happen with all the previous times I was fired, but I would do anything for Big T. And I ended up going and trying to hide. Hurts me. It hurts me. It cuts me deep to see my two fathers used to kiss in the middle of the night, just at each other's throats. But
Kissing each other's throats, that's hot.
yeah, not sexually though. After that, I fled. Was scared, didn't know what to do. When I was arrested, I came back GSR negative.
Objection, Your Honor. He knows what the hell that is, and it isn't that simple.
I also know what that is. It's not that simple.
It's so simple. I was GSR negative.
Objection, weird.
Objection, you're not
stop
Hutch.
it.
You can't say that.
I'm going to overrule that weird objection. It was
Thank you.
weird.
That's when I went to go. Okay, I could hear you over here, Suarez. Maybe you shouldn't talk shit about the judge while he's.
No one's talking shit about the judge.
Okay, why don't you just why don't you say it out loud for the judge to hear?
This close to getting on the shit list, Suarez.
Thank you, Your Honor. I don't have anything further,
Your Honor, my troopers are perfect. They don't mean to mistake. They just fumble.
Misheard Your Honor. It's my fault.
Got it.
Yeah.
Take the blame for that, Your
All
Honor.
right, I'm done.
Clearly examine you. So do we have any questions from the bench? Any of the judges want to ask a question here? Okay, I've got one. Drainer, it is your testimony here today that Dominic Toretti, former commissioner of the PD, came in, shot the sheriff, Owen Svensson, and then he gave you the gun and told you to leave. Why did you comply?
Toretti's the reason I got hired in the first place for the PD, and Toretti was the reason I stuck around in the PD. Toretti is I don't know. He's always stuck his neck out for me, even when I don't deserve it, and I would do anything for that man.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else from the bench? No questions about the hot naked man kissing? Okay, we'll pass over to cross-examination from the state then.
I don't even know where to fucking start, dude. Wanna go? Okay. Wait. Drainer. How did you speak on radio?
I don't recall. Very intense situation.
Was your PD radio taken earlier by myself?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't. That's actually a really good question. I don't know.
One moment. Who put that on my big screen?
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh.
Darn it.
God,
I thought it was relevant.
Norman got cake
I
I
like
can't.
apologize.
I don't know if I can work
Fuck.
when I'm so like, you know.
Disgusted?
Y'all think
But-
Norman
well,
got
I don't know.
feet,
I'm very confused right now. My emotions are a bit out of whack today, sir.
Hmm.
I'm not sure whether I'm repulsed or enlightened by it.
I mean,
That's
it's
the feet,
enlightening, but
guys.
it's definitely repulsing too. That don't make sense. Jesus, Norman.
The things he does for feet pics.
feet.
Okay, continue.
Drainer, were you not told in the cell? Were you told in the cells that your PD equipment had been taken from you?
Yeah, I don't. Okay. Objection, Your Honor. Weird. I just pressed my radio button and it was working.
How is that? I'm asking.
I don't know. I don't know.
Arna, I don't think this is weird. I think he's just doesn't know what happened.
I don't recall. I don't recall.
That's definitely an answer. We accept that answer.
Fair enough. Drainer, did you have a phone call with Jackson Bones or JB?
Oh, he's trouble, that one.
Objection, Your Honor. Relevance.
True. Mary Bullsy was making phone calls to people, sir.
You know what? I'm gonna give the Jenny a little bit of leeway here and let her cook for a couple of questions, see where she's going with this. Jackson Bones has been a pain in my ass for weeks. I want to know where the fuck this is going.
Really?
I love you, Your Honor.
Did you get a call from Jackson Bone, Drainer?
Yes.
Did you speak about the shooting?
We spoke about a lot of things. I think we talked about how much we loved each other, how much we missed already, and that was.
Yeah, that's not an answer. It's a yes or no.
I don't recall.
Don't recall. Okay. You do, so it has been. I'm just not asking him anything. I'm just reiterating that he did say that he had a call from Jackson Bone, which is kind of what I wanted there. So there you go.
Okay. Anything from Fumbling Suarez or Nakoto's willing to take all the blame for all of Suarez's mistakes?
Okay, I have a question. In your statement, you said that Toretti wanted to shoot Svensson. Is that correct? I'm just reaffirming.
What's the objection for that? Hold on.
I can either go to the judge and have that restated for me just so I don't get this wrong, or I can ask you.
Ask it again.
I just want reaffirming that Toretti wanted to shoot Svensson.
This isn't asked and answered, is it? If it was already in my testimony,
I'm just reaffirming because I can't remember.
I'm asking the.
No, because it wasn't asked because it was given in a direct testimony. She's asking to reaffirm. So she's asking you a direct question about your testimony. It's allowed.
Okay. Yeah. Ask me again.
In your testimony, you say that Toretti wanted to shoot Svensson.
I don't think I said that.
Yeah. Don't. Yeah.
Did I say that?
Okay, I'll ask the other question. Why did Toretti shoot Svensson?
Well, that would be hearsay.
It's in your testimony.
It's your testimony that he shot him, though.
It's your defense.
I mean, I can't speak on behalf of Toretti's actions. Like I said, two lovers that used to kiss passionately in the middle of the night.
Don't forget the oil. Don't forget the oil. I think the oil's
with some of the Kama Sutra vanilla bean oil.
Ooh, nice.
Mm-hmm. Not for oral or vaginal use. Just make sure you know that.
Okay.
The clarification is noted.
In your testimony, you stated that Toretti came in and shot Svensson and gave you the gun. Is that correct?
Yes.
Who shot Neil?
I didn't see.
So you're saying that nobody shot Neil. However, Toretti shot Svensson.
I have. Oh my God, Neil was shot?
So you have no idea who shot Neil?
No.
The Colt Python that you had on your person, that was given to you by Toretti, correct?
Yes.
And where was Svensson shot?
God, it all happened so fast. In the locker room.
Connor, I'm gonna.
Is there?
This is I'm resting because this is just making it look worse. I'm gonna give you a chance here.
Okay. Is there any evidence from the report you would like to highlight, Mr. Drainer, that would further aid your defense?
Give me a second.
Sir, I rested. I'm not sure if these two still have questions.
Oh, do we have any more cross-examination before we move on?
I believe Svensson had a question and Nicoda had a question. Do you want to go? Oh my God, I'm sorry. Suarez. See, Your Honor, I'm so tired. I'm even calling Suarez Svensson today.
Added to the court record, Jenny Hall is cooked.
I'm so cooked.
Your Honor, I'd like her testimony thrown out because
For being cooked. You know what? What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna weigh the Jenny's testimony accordingly to her being cooked.
Well, it's not cooked, Your Honor. It's more like I'm the only commander that's ever around, and I'm seriously overworked sometimes, especially in this situation. I have a question though, and it's from Jackson Bones. He'd like to know when Svensson, yourself, and Toretti did the stuff with the oil and the kissing and the hugging. He'd like to know if feet were involved.
Only on Tuesdays.
Okay, good to know. Thank you so much.
All right, going back to this. Thank you.
Very
go ahead.
enthusiastic reaction.
I don't think so.
Told you the picture of Norman was relevant.
Yeah, I have a question. Drainer, what were you doing on the beach?
Soaking up the rays? What does anybody do on the beach?
Okay. Do you normally wear a hoodie and pants out to the beach?
It's fucking November.
Yeah.
Okay. Why did you have a fake beard on?
Objection, Your Honor. Relevance.
Testimony.
I'm gonna be real. He's your issue with that one, Suarez. That one pertains to a warrant that. No, it's this one. It's this one. It's this one. Okay,
Yep, it
okay,
is
okay,
this
okay.
one, Your Honor.
Ah. I'm gonna be real, Trainer. Like, speaking from a personal point of view, considering that's my backyard, I don't want beady weirdies hanging around in my backyard. Like, I'm gonna let that question stand. I want to know why you had a beard on.
It's November. It's cold.
Keep the chin warm. Makes sense.
So why did you flee then?
What do you mean? Why did I flee?
So, well, when I tried to identify you, you fled.
Because I believe that the detainment was illegal and the cops were being corrupt.
And if he'd done nothing wrong, why do you need to be detained? If he'd done nothing wrong, why did he need to be detained and not just identified? No, to him. If he had done nothing wrong, why did he not identify and choose to run instead?
Well, if you had done nothing wrong, why did you choose to run instead of identify yourself?
Because there was no reason for detainment, so my rights were being violated.
No further questions, Your Honor.
I even asked if I was being detained.
Hey, you're good.
Are you done?
Yeah, we had no more questions. He was just speaking. Like, he was just talking.
Okay. Nothing from Nakota?
No, Your Honor. No, Your Honor.
Okay. Fantastic. Then, now finally, Mr. Drainer, is there any evidence you'd like to highlight? Anything that you think further corroborates your story and your narrative?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, fantastic. Then we are going to retire to deliberate. Zelensky, you're in charge of the courthouse while I'm not in. Okay, everybody, order in the court. Notice for the court, Judge Stout has written a verdict.
We have come to a verdict. First, I will speak about the detainment. The police were involved in an active manhunt, and it was observed that there was a bearded man talking on the phone while an officer indicated they were on the phone with a suspect. Officers then detained the individual to ask for identification. I failed to see a notable distinction between a fake beard and a mask enough that would make this request unlawful. In fact, the emergency state ordinance of December 2022 explicitly states that any kind of face covering that prevents you from being properly identified, not simply a mask. As such, we'll be finding you guilty of the charges of disobeying a peace officer and resisting arrest. At the time of your arrest, you were found in possession of a Colt Python, which is not a legal firearm, so we'll be finding you guilty of that charge as well. The court notes the defendant calling into question the nature of the box that Sheriff Svensson keeps in his possession, allegedly containing an emotional support gun, as well as claims to an ongoing sensual relationship between Sheriff Svensson and Dominic Toretti. However, the court finds that these claims bear no relevance to this verdict. The fact that the Python was found the facts show that Sheriff Svensson and Sergeant McCreel were shot by the Python found in Mr. Drainer's possession. If we take every statement Mr. Drainer made as fact at that point, he is admitting to guilt of being an accomplice to these shootings. The act of accepting the gun that he knew had been used to shoot at least one officer and then attempting to flee with the evidence raises the level of obfuscation more than that of simple felony obstruction charge. However, in this case, the court finds internal inconsistencies within the testimony of Mr. Drainer, specifically noting the willingness to do anything for Toretti, while simultaneously claiming that he was the individual that shot the officers. Additionally, the timeline of events surrounding the shooting of Sergeant McCreel doesn't line up within Mr. Drainer's testimony. If the incident occurred as Mr. Drainer stated, then he would have had to either have heard the gunshots or been present for the shooting. There was no change. There was also a change to the defendant's argumentation for his testified actions, as he ran outside, causing a distraction, stating they're shooting each other, while also maintaining an alibi that he didn't participate in the shooting and was simply told to take the gun and run. As we will be finding Mr. Drainer, as such, we will be finding Mr. Drainer guilty of 2 counts of murder of a government employee, attempted murder of a government employee. That is the ruling of this court. Troopers, please use your discretion with time and find, though the court recognizes that officers were hospitalized as a result of the defendant's actions. Thank you.
Thank you
So
very
you're
much.
telling me a beard
Thank
counts
you.
for the mask mandate? What about a mustache?
Any face covering that obfuscates your appearance is.
So we're going by
enough.
literal definitions here, but when I was in here for the mask mandate before, we weren't going on. Never mind.
I don't remember that court case.
Yeah, of course.
I don't think I was part of it.
All right. Turn around. I'm gonna place you in soft cuffs, and then we're gonna walk down to the cells to get processed.
Why can't I just walk down there?
I'm gonna place you in soft cuffs.
Yeah, but why? Like, I can't just walk?
Because you already fled.
I'm not fleeing now, you dipshit.
Yeah, but
You fled, but you're standing right in front of me.
Turn
God,
around.
you were so fucking stupid.
Turn around.
I'm not turning around. Fuck you. I'll walk there.
Okay. Well,
You charge me with disobey. I don't give a shit.
So you're not going very
Fine,
far.
then I'll just walk in circles around this fucking desk.
Okay. You need to stop walking around in circles.
Your
You're
Honor!
in cuffs.
Your Honor, can I walk to the cells? I'm not in cuffs. That fucking.
Yeah, you're
No,
cuffed to the chair to a certain. You can only
that's
go
not
so
what
far.
Gatsby said.
Okay, that's what Jenny said. That's what Jenny told you.
Okay,
The
well then I'm
table.
just gonna keep walking around the table.
Okay. Stop moving. So I
No.
can cuff you. Okay. Stop moving. Okay, if you don't stop moving, I'm gonna take you to the ground and cuff you.
Ow! Ow!
Turn around. You're gonna get me
Yes, fight. Fuck, fight.
Okay.
I'm adding assault and battery to the charges now after that.
Okay.
And those cuffs are going on too, pal.
I was rooting for him.
Yeah, you can call him. Go ahead.
It's Hell Week.
Oh,
For you.
God.
For you it is.
It's Hell Week. And I'm coming for Jenny this time too.
All right, criminal
Okay.
What did you just say?
I'm gonna shoot you.
There's another criminal threat.
because it's Hell Week.
Okay, what have I done to you to deserve Hell Week? I didn't make you pick up any guns. I didn't make you shoot anyone. So what the fuck have I done to deserve Hell Week? Huh? Explain that one.
You're a cop. I don't need a reason.
Oh, I'm a cop. Okay.
Classic.
Okay, dude. Okay. You know what? Fine. Shoot me. See where it gets you. See
Okay.
where it gets you. You're gonna be that stupid. I can't
I'll
help
be
you.
out of jail in 15 minutes.
Okay, I'll see you then. I'm guessing you're coming straight for me.
My father was selling lean, you fucking dipshit.
Silas?
Silas was literally selling drugs. I'm gonna be honest. Silas did try to make me overthrow already like twice.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
Stop
he did
putting my
kinda-
father on a pedestal. He'd be proud of me.
Yeah, Silas did try to like get half of the PBSO to like turn on Toretti at one point.
Silas guy sounds like a fuck. Oh.
Silas was amazing. He just, he was like the perfect little fingers. He just made the drama just enough to make it not suspicious. He was great. I admire him.
Shut the fuck up, Bruce. You don't know what's going on. Keep sucking Sheriff Svensson's dick. What?
You know what?
Nobody
you know
likes
what?
Grace and Frankie either.
You know what, Drainer? You know what? The fact that I've annoyed you because
Who
I've
asked?
done my job
Who asked?
done my job correctly
Yawn.
is literally exactly
Yawn.
what you're fighting for. So you have got exactly what you wanted.
Yawn.
You wanted someone to do their job correctly.
Yawn.
And I did it so correctly
Yawn.
that it became the problem for
Yawn.
you. So well done.
Yawn.
You got exactly what you
Yawn.
wanted. Congratulations,
Yawn.
Drainer.
Yawn.
Congratulations.
Yawn.
Congratulations,
Yawn.
Drainer.
Yawn.
Hello.
Yawn. I don't want Skip.
You don't? Okay.
Because they've been called, you know.
He
have-
came
I'm a
all
criminal
the way
now. I can
here.
say that sort of
EMS,
thing.
come back
EMS,
here.
I'm so sorry.
EMS, I need you for a second. Come back, please. Just for legality's sake, so we can't say you didn't. I want you to confirm at this time that you are denying medical that has been got for you in front of the EMS.
Wait, who is it? Tim? Okay, come closer.
Don't bottom.
Hey! All right.
Are you okay?
EMS, are you okay? We will be adding another charge for that.
Yeah, why don't you come back
Go
here
ahead.
and treat?
Go ahead.
Why don't you come down here and treat this? Points to asshole.
Sorry you came down here for him to reject you. I'm sorry.
Come on, Drain. That's fucking gross, man.
He just bit somebody.
And then he pointed at his asshole. Drainer, come on. I love you, Drainer. Fuck.
Don't worry, Bones. You're still cool. I won't shoot you.
Thank you.
10-4.